All right, so we are through with Infinite Warfare Beta Weekend number 1. It is Thursday. We're about to start Weekend 2. And before we talk about Weekend 2, let's talk about Weekend 1. First thing is Friday, the very first day. Of course, it went live at noon my time, 10 o'clock PT, or PT time means, I don't even know. Anyways, the first day of the beta, nobody could get into the lobbies. It took forever for matchmaking, and we got tweets and stuff from Call of Duty, from Activision, from Infinity Ward, that we were just having so much matchmaking issues. And of course, that's going to happen during a beta. It's going to happen during a launch. You're not going to know all of the issues and glitches. And again, it's a beta. So perhaps they didn't expect that many people to play. But then again, they required us to pre-order, to pay money to be able to play the beta. So they should have had somewhat of an estimate on who was going to log on to get their servers ready and stuff. Could you imagine if this matchmaking fiasco had happened at the happened at the XP weekend when they brought on all the YouTubers to try it out? It'd been horrible. It took forever to get into a lobby, and when you did get into a lobby, you just sat there with a team. A couple things about the lobby matchmaking services. It doesn't tell you how many people you have in the match. Like, you have to actually manually count. Okay, we've got 11, 12 people in this game. So it doesn't tell you 6 out of 12 people are in the match ready for it to start. You actually just have to count. At least that wasn't what I saw whenever I was playing. It doesn't tell you how much longer you have to wait in the lobby before you can play. It doesn't do like a 45 seconds intermission or anything like that, like you'd see in Black Ops 3. Or anything like that, so that's kind of upsetting. When you're sitting in the lobby, you couldn't vote on maps. You couldn't sit there and pick at the very, very beginning. At least Friday and Saturday, I think they fixed it, but Friday you couldn't vote on maps to decide which map you want to play on. They didn't have but 3 game modes, and they were all team game modes, and I'm not a team player. They're big teams. They didn't have Search and Destroy, which I've just got into Search and Destroy. Some of my friends on Black Ops 3 have been pushing me to play it, and my first 12 games on Search and Destroy, they were always hoping that I would come in clutch at the very end, but it didn't happen. But dude, they could have put Search and Destroy in for the beta. Throw out some cool stuff, give us some taste, give us some cheese to taste on. They had 3 game modes. They had Team Deathmatch, they had Domination, and they had Defender. And then I think one of the next days they did add in Kill Confirmed, so that was pretty nice, playing Kill Confirmed. Now, one of the issues with the beta that when you logged in Friday, it said, hey, thanks for playing the beta. Log in every day for new keys and extra salvage. And those of you who hold a pre-order season pass will get even more than anybody else does. And I do hold the season pass. So Friday, I got 90 supply drop keys. That was pretty awesome. And I was expecting Saturday, Sunday to get 90 supply drop keys every day. It didn't happen. In fact, Saturday, I didn't get anything. And I was tweeting them like crazy saying, hey, I'm not getting my supply drop keys. I'm not getting any salvage, because apparently you're also supposed to get salvage during this time. I wasn't getting salvage or keys on Saturday or Sunday. Again, I know it's a beta, but I really wanted to have a lot of supply drop keys so I can do some supply drop unboxings and unlockings for a couple of unlockings for a video or two. Throughout the weekend, I did receive, I think Sunday night, 90 more unlock keys, which gave me a total of 180 from just logging in. Now, I did end up with 270 unlock keys, but the rest of those were all from me and my amazing skill. I'm just kidding. You guys know I'm not that great. But you didn't always receive them. So there was glitches in there, and there was disappointments, and there's just things you don't want to give in a beta. Now, I will say this about the first weekend. Other than matchmaking issues and lobby issues and what I've mentioned so far, I didn't have any glitches. I played the Battlefield 1 beta, and holy cow, every single day there was glitches, map issues, your planes are falling through the ground, you're spawning in without weapons, and there was glitches like crazy in the Battlefield 1 beta, and I was done. I couldn't even record anymore. I was just done. I didn't want to do a video for how bad it was. But the cool thing that they did with the Infinite Warfare beta is they did extend the beta one whole day. You were able to play all day Monday instead of it ending at Monday at 10 in the morning. And they let you play until Tuesday. So they made up for what happened Friday, and that's just good business sense. So luckily they had somebody working the PR there and realized that, man, we made an issue. There's an issue here. We made a mistake or whatever's going on with our servers. Guys, we don't know. I don't run Activision. I don't work for Activision. I'm not with Infinity Ward or anything of those things associated. I have never had to run a multi-billion-dollar company. I just run my own real estate, photography, and videography that makes like $10,000 a year. It doesn't make that much. But to be able to run something like this where you've got to design a game, you've got to have the maps coming out. And I know you guys are going to say, well, they've been doing this for years and stuff. You know what? You're right. They have been doing it for years. But other than the network issues that we had, the beta was great. I had fun. I got to try out almost every single one of the guns except for snipers and shotguns because I don't snipe and I don't shotgun. I got to try out almost all the guns. I try to level up them as much as possible. And so far, yes, I like it. I like the first beta weekend, and I'm excited for this next beta weekend coming up. But here's something that they did. They announced it Wednesday, and it did upset me. One thing, they announced two things Wednesday, and the first thing that they announced really didn't upset me too much. It upset some other people. They're letting, the first thing that they did that did upset people, and it did upset me, let's talk about that. They told people that if you wanted to be in this beta, you had to pre-order the game or else have beta codes sent to you. That you literally had to pay money, at least $60, upwards of $120 to test out the game. They wanted you to pay real money to test out the game. And that was the only way you're going to be able to play the beta. But then Wednesday, they're like, oh, if you have a PlayStation 4, you don't have to have pre-ordered the beta, paying real cash, or have a beta code. Anybody who owns a PlayStation 4 gets in to play the game. That is pretty ridiculous. They should have just had it be an open subscription-based beta from the beginning that you had to sign up through email or through their website or whatever, like the Battlefield 1 beta was. And then the second thing they did that didn't really upset me that much, but I can kind of understand some people getting upset, they were told that you had to pre-order the game to get the Terminal map from Modern Warfare 2 to play the Infinite Warfare version of Terminal. But they just announced Wednesday, after the fact that if you're a PlayStation 4, you get to play for free. Now, even if you haven't pre-ordered, everybody gets to play this Terminal map. It's not that big of a deal, but I understand that people pre-order because they want exclusives and stuff like that, so that can be a little upsetting. But the only thing that made me upset was that I know friends of mine that have paid $60 to pre-order the game to be able to play the beta, but now they're just kind of going back on it and letting anybody who owns a PlayStation 4 play the beta. Funny thing is the Xbox One players still have to rely on having a beta code or of pre-ordering it and stuff. But I'm excited for this next Infinite Warfare beta coming up. I'll be playing it like crazy. I'm going to get my wife on it, see how skillful she is on it. But let me guys know what you think about what happened during this beta, and let me know what happens for the next beta. Tell me if you guys are interested for it. And remember guys, no matter what you do, don't follow your dreams, follow my YouTube.